What exactly are sinking funds and why are they important? Are sinking funds necessary? And are they a one size fits all? Guys, in today's video, we will be discussing these topics. And if you're interested in learning more about sinking funds, stay tuned. First off, let me start by saying that I am not a financial advisor. I am simply sharing what works for me. Guys, we already know that budgeting is something that is never a one size fits all. So what works for you may not work for me and vice versa. So remember, these are just my opinions. I've actually been looking into sinking funds because there's so much out there about high priority, low priority, what should actually be a sinking fund, what should actually, go into your savings, what should go into an emergency fund. It's a lot of information out there. I'm just going to touch on a little bit. Please feel free to leave comments what you do, how you feel about sinking funds, any tips that you have, because guys, this is the time of year when a lot of people are embarking on their budgeting journey. Some people do post their journey on YouTube and other people just do it on their own. But nonetheless, we all need to learn how to budget properly and so that we can be successful. So let's get started with sinking funds. What are they? Guys, sinking funds are funds that are created for a single purpose. They also allow us to shop guilt-free. So if you're saving, let's say, for some new clothes, an outfit that you really, really want, but you just don't have the cash for it. So you save for it for a few months. When you go and splurge and buy that outfit, you're not going to feel guilty because guess what? You had saved that money for that specific purpose. The bag, a new pair of shoes, anything. It may even be a mini vacation. You save in advance for it. That way you're not feeling guilty about spending the money. Now, some examples of sinking funds would be, let's say, birthdays, self-care, pet care, car maintenance, school, tattoos, shopping. The list goes on and on and on. And your sinking funds may look completely different from mine's and vice versa because our journeys are unique. So there's also a big difference I'm learning between sinking funds and emergency funds. Okay, so emergency funds. What's the difference, Maria? Well, sinking funds, as I stated, is something that you save for because you've been eyeballing this bag or the outfit or whatever the case. You want a huge girls' night out, and it's not just here's my $50 because we're going out for dinner, and a drink, but it's a big deal. You guys want to go to a casino. So you want to save for that so you have enough money without having to pull out what? A credit card. This will help you from having to pull out a credit card for stuff that you want. And remember, there's a difference between wanting stuff and needing stuff. Now, the difference between a sinking fund and emergency fund is that sinking funds are, again, saved in advance and created for a single purpose. An emergency fund does not have to be for a single purpose, but it is there. A lot of people save and then they don't want to touch it because it's like, oh, no, that's for me. No. That emergency fund is there for what it says, an emergency. So you're going to work, you get a flat tire, it's not repairable. Now you got to buy a tire. Tires can be expensive. So that's when you go into your emergency fund. You can also, let's say, have major transmission problems. That costs a lot of money. You go into your emergency fund. Now, there is a difference between going into your emergency fund for a car repair versus the money that you have in the sinking fund. Because if you remember, I did mention car maintenance as one of my sinking funds. The reason why that falls under my sinking funds is because my car maintenance is for like oil changes, inspection, maybe a car wash or detailing, stuff like that. If I want to buy little, blinged out stuff for my steering wheel or anything like, which I do have, by the way. So that's what that's for. Now, another thing that I've done, and this again is me, let me pull this out. If you see here, I'm using car maintenance because it's the one we're talking about. So we have our car maintenance. It is for So many different things, oil changes and everything else. I could have a whole binder and probably fill up about 6 envelopes and split it into categories. But the one thing about sinking funds is you want to be able to save the money. So you don't want to have 30 of them. If you do and it works for you, by all means, have 30, 40, 50 of them. Me personally, I like to have a small amount of envelopes. So for car maintenance, all those categories I mentioned fall under car maintenance. So my oil change, my registration, inspection, anything that needs to get done, I can take out of here. If I have, let's say, extra money here and I just so happen to get a flat tire or my transmission goes, I can still pull from here because that's what it's for. It's for my vehicle. However, if it's something major and it's unexpected, that's what the emergency fund is for. I don't want people to feel like the emergency fund, you have to have $1,000 in there at all times. You have to save $5,000. And first of all, you save what you can. If your emergency fund consists of $500, then that's what you can save. That's what you can afford. Guess what? If you have an emergency, at least you have $500 in there that'll help you during your time of need. Now, medical is another one, which is empty, by the way. Medical is another one that I have. I use medical for anything that I need. So that could be for my meds, my refills. It could be for my copay. It could be for any over-the-counter stuff that I may need. It includes dental. If I could have a separate envelope for dental, or again, I can have a whole binder for dental, but I don't want to have 30 binders sitting here and have to figure out which is which. So we try and consolidate as best we can. You know, vacation is here. Now, some may think like, so is that a sinking fund, Maria? And we're going to move on to something that's got me confused because I have watched so many videos over the last week trying to figure out this high priority and low priority thing. And I have all my sinking funds here. So I don't have a separate binder to separate the low priority and the high priority. Now, some people say that, you know, high priority is things that are important, things that, you know, they need and they have to save for. And when I look at their high priorities, they're not the same as what I would consider high priority. So let me go over what, again, my opinion is and how I feel about this. So as far as my sinking funds, the way I see it, and this is a if, because I'm thinking of creating a high priority and a low priority binder in this upcoming year, but I haven't figured it out yet. So please, by all means, put in the comments how you handle your high priority, low priority. Do you even separate them or do you keep them the same? So for me, a low priority sinking fund is a sinking fund that I'm not going to need right away. So let's say I'm saving, what can we say? Okay, so let's say I have a household sinking fund and I'm saving to build a deck. So I'm saving $15,000 to build a deck. There is no particular end date. But again, this is the long-term savings. I don't touch it. So I'm not going to go in and take out $100, $200 because I want to retile my bathroom floor. No, because this is specifically for my deck. That to me is low priority because I don't have to worry about, you know, doing it right away because I don't have an end date. Now, if I said I wanted to build a deck by next June, that's different because now I have to hurry up and bulk it up. Okay. Now, high priority to me is the envelopes that you empty out regularly. And again, I could be mistaken, but I'm going by, it was like 50% here, 50% there. People have different ways of handling it. So a high priority would be birthdays, self-care, fun day, lawn care, iffy about that one. You know, shopping, vacation. If I was planning a trip in 3 years and I want to save for that, that could be a low priority because there's no rush. That's not an envelope I'm going to be going into. I'm just going to go over a few of my categories and let y'all know what I think would be considered a high priority. Self-care. Yes, I think this is a high priority because if I want to go out and get a massage and I want to, you know, tip the person, I would pull the money out of here. If I get a massage once a month, I'm pulling out of here every month. So that to me would be a high priority, which, by the way, I got a lot of comments on my nails in my last video saying, look how cute they are. Guys, these were under $2. I kid you not, $2. And I got them from Shein and from Temu because I had them in different color. I had a green it was almost like it looked green. It looked like a deep navy blue. They were so pretty. But look at that. Aren't they cute? Yes, don't sleep on Shein and Temu because they have nails. And these will probably last me. They're a little longer, so the longer ones tend to, break. But they'll last me about a week and a half, 2 weeks. And sometimes even longer. Sometimes I actually have to take them off because they stay on and I'm ready for a change. So yes, these are my little $2 nails. Or should I say under $2? Cute, right? Okay, back to what I was saying. So self-care. My nails could fall under self-care because that's something I do for me. So I can pull the money out of here or I can also pull it out of shopping. Birthdays is the same thing. This is an ongoing thing. So I'm going to, throughout the year, I'm going to empty this. Or I'm going to take money out of here periodically. Again, this is high priority because I have to make sure I continuously fund it. Monday, same thing. Lawn care. Now, we take a break during the winter months and I don't have to stuff this, but I would consider this a high priority because, again, it is for a single purpose and I can pull from it whenever I need it. Not, okay, I'm not going to touch this for 3 years because I want to get a new lawnmower. This is for my lawn guy and he comes out every month starting in April until about October. Here's shopping. That's kind of self-explanatory. You want something, you need something, you can take it out of here. Again, that handbag, the shoes, save for it. And then you can come in here and it doesn't have to be 6 months down the line, a year down the line, 3 years down the line. It all depends on how much money you put into each sinking fund. We discussed vacation. We've discussed medical. Sam's Club. I've been using my wallet, the money that I stuff into my wallet to go to Sam's Club. But moving forward, that's one of the changes I want to do. I want to start putting more money into my sinking funds, start prioritizing these, because if I were to bulk this up, especially Sam's Club, then I wouldn't need so much money in my cash envelopes. Because guys, groceries are expensive. I was going back through my paperwork. When I started, I was saving between 100 and I'd say 150 every 2 weeks for groceries. Are you kidding? How? Were we not starving during that period of time? Because I can't, I'm like, what, Maria? $100? $150? Now I'm saving $200 one pay period, $400 the next. That's $600. My family size hasn't changed. But these prices have gone up. It's ridiculous. The price, I remember getting eggs for under $2. Now, you're lucky if you get a dozen of eggs for under $7. Milk is the same way. Everything. I can't just say it's one specific thing. So it's important to shop around. I find that when I go to Sam's Club, yes, you spend more money, but you're getting bulk items and it lasts longer. So I am definitely going to work on bulking this up. Our maintenance we discussed. Pet care. Pet care can be considered a high priority because I use this for their food. I use this for the vet, if they need to get any vaccinations, if they're due for any shots, so that's what we use this for. School. Now, school could be both. You can have a school envelope that is considered your high priority because that's if the kids have a trip, if the kids need school supplies throughout the years, or you can make it a low priority because you're saving for, let's say, graduation, or you're even saving for the following year because they're going to need more clothes. So you use that as school clothes shopping, shoes, or whatever they may need. So again, I think this high priority, low priority thing is a matter of what you feel is important. What you feel like, okay, I'm going to get organized and this is what I need to do. These here are going to be envelopes that I'm going to spend from probably once or twice a month. So I'm constantly refilling it. And there's no set amount. So for the high priority ones that you set to the side, that, fun day, we're going to the movies on Tuesday. So I'm going to pull from that envelope. If I had money in it, of course. But so you can pull from that and it's okay. It's guilt-free spending. So next time you get paid, make sure you put a couple dollars in there. And it's not necessary to have hundreds and hundreds of dollars in there. You can set a goal and say, okay, I want to have a minimum of $100 in there at all times. Or you can just put whatever you can, $5, $2, $3, whatever works for you. And again, in my opinion, and I keep stressing that because I don't want anybody to take away, that I said this and this is what you have to do. And this is just what works for me. And if it works for you, give it a try. If it works, keep doing it. If not, move on. Try something different because our journeys are as unique as we are. Okay, so that's basically it for today, guys. I don't have a whole lot more. I obviously didn't write a whole lot. If you want, I can put what, give you ideas of what sinking funds, are necessary, or, can work for you. Everybody has birthdays. Everybody spends money. We all have that one store we go to, be it Sam's Club, Costco, BJ's, where any supermarket, any Walmart, Target, wherever you shop, you might have a mall day, and some people do have envelopes for each store they shop at, or they just have a shopping envelope, and that includes everything. Again, that's depending on what you're comfortable with. If you want to have 10 envelopes and they're all for shopping, go for it. If you want to just have one envelope for shopping, you might have one envelope for shopping, and that would be for your clothing, your shoes, household items, things like that. And then you may have one for just groceries. Do what feels comfortable for you. Alrighty, guys, that is all I have today. I know this video, I might have to redo it because I think I confused myself a few times. So I'm going to go review this video, edit what I need to edit out, and if necessary, guys, I'll just do it again because it's a lot. It's a lot of information and it's conflicting, but there's no right or wrong way to do it. Do what works for you. What I have listed as my high priority, you might list as your low priority. So some people list them as long-term goals, short-term goals. Again, the important thing is that you're saving, and that I think everybody should have at least a couple of sinking funds so that it makes things easier for you. So when these events and stuff come up, you can have a gift giving one, and that could include birthdays and weddings, anniversaries. And that way, when that event comes, you can go into that sinking fund folder and you don't have to pull out your credit card. Remember, we're all trying to budget for our future. We're all trying to become debt free. We want financial freedom. So these are just a few steps that we can take, and I'm hoping that this helps somebody out there as they embark on their budgeting journey. Alrighty, guys, you all take care, stay blessed, and remember, leave me a comment so we can chat. And if you're not already subscribed and this is your first time here and you like what you see, please consider subscribing, liking, and leave me a comment so I know to stop by and show you some love as well. Alrighty, guys, take care. We will be chatting soon.